Hi everyone, welcome to Holistic Lifestyle Medicine. Today's topic is ditch the experts. Okay. I was reading a blog on Substack by Susan Hyen, Hyn. I want to credit her blog. It's called The Truth About Imposter Syndrome. And as I was reading it, I got very inspired to quickly get the camera, the tripod, and come sit in this greenhouse to make this video. I wanted to today bring up two contrasting paradigms for discussion and for our own investigation and inquiry. The first paradigm is that of experts. So let's understand what an expert is. It's someone that has gone to an institution, a university, a college, and gotten a degree, a diploma, or a certification. Now, we need to be very clear that this model is a profit-driven model. It's a business model. There's no problem with it. I myself went and acquired an IT degree when I had no interest in IT because I knew that I would be very sought after in the job market and it would give me a great income. But I'm very clear about that. When it comes to healing, when it comes to change, when it comes to transformation, when it comes to truly coming back to ease from all the various symptoms and all the various diseases and illnesses that we might be combating or dealing with, the model of the experts then starts to get in the way rather than support us. Why is that so? So let's go back to the model and how it works. Obviously, the institutions or the colleges or the universities are charging a certain amount of money for you to get that piece of paper because they have also promised you in return, it's a symbiotic relationship, they have offered you in return a certain amount of return on investment when you go into the job market or when you start your own practice. Now, there are a few problems with this model when it comes specifically to health and wellness. Firstly, the curriculum of these institutions will never be disruptive. It will never be radical because the curriculum needs to keep supporting the model, the profit model. Otherwise, there's no point. So the curriculum will keep the whole system in place. The institution that's offering the certifications, diplomas, degrees, the person that's going into the institution for that piece of paper, so that then they can get their return on investment. Secondly, there is, in terms of the knowledge that the so-called expert comes out with, is purely on the mental plane. And we now know that we are multi-dimensional beings. There's so much more to us than just our mental plane. The degrees, diplomas, etc. activate that mental plane in a certain way, and that's the limitation of it. Now, this is the excerpt from the blog that I was reading. Experts are often paid off by industries to promote specific narratives. They are not arbiters of truth. For example, Big Pharma has paid, it's very windy, so I think the mic might be picking it up. Big Pharma has paid psychiatrists $340 million through cushy speaking and consulting gigs, so they prescribe more drugs, according to Mad in America. That's probably why, despite zero evidence of the chemical imbalance theory of depression, antidepressant use skyrocketed by 400% between the 1980s to the early 2000s, according to Harvard Health. We are conditioned to worship people with degrees. Anyone with letters behind their name is a supposed authority, or anyone who works for a particular organization or in a certain position. But millions of industry dollars fund narratives that reflect profit more than truth. I thought that was so on point. So that was the expert model, the profit-driven expert model. I now wanted to bring up a contrasting paradigm that is definitely starting to take root. It's starting to percolate in the new earth that we are moving to as the old structures crumble. In this new paradigm of someone seeking health advice or change advice, transformation help, support through a healing crisis, the person finds a practitioner purely out of energetic resonance rather than the number of letters behind their name. This person that offers the help, the support, is a person that has lived experience. Life has tested them again and again on all levels. They have walked the path of fire. They have been tested multiple times. Such individuals embody the wisdom, the knowledge that they then share. It comes from the whole of their being rather than just from the mental plane. In fact, they are vessels for life to speak through. If it's an authentic teacher, an authentic spiritual mentor, an authentic healer, they're in fact quite empty of any conditioning and are pure conduits for in the moment support and help through life's intelligence, through life's wisdom, through life's guidance. In this model, in the second paradigm, when two people work together, it benefits both. And there might be a monetary exchange, which is fine, but beyond the monetary exchange, it is actually helping the soul expansion of the person offering the service as well, not just the person that is being supported. The other key contrast between the two paradigms, the profit-driven business model of experts versus the paradigm of an embodied, wise, tested by life teacher. There's no label for such people. They can be a shaman, a healer, an acupuncturist, a TCM practitioner, a body worker, you name it, a life coach or anyone. This person in the second paradigm, if they're true and authentic, will enable the person that is seeking that service to return back into their power. The person that is seeking the support, seeking the help, will blossom because they realize their inherent power. In the first model, it's so limited, even though there are many beautiful souls, many beautiful people in the first paradigm who are truly in the spirit of service. But due to the constraints, the limitations of the model they're working within, they cannot bring the person into their inherent power, or they cannot enable the alchemy that takes place in the second paradigm to return the person back into the realization of their inherent power, their inherent sovereignty. Therefore, I am convinced, I am deeply passionate about the second paradigm taking root, spreading, and offering the kind of deep healing, deep change, deep transformation that we need in the crisis that we're facing today. Because let's face it, the crisis that we're facing today, on all levels, ecological, political, individual, social, is due to a loss of our individual power. And I do not talk about egoic power. I talk about the power of spirit, the power of embodied spirit within us, because we do not realize the embodied spirit within us. We do not feel the aliveness of life within us. We're disconnected, we're fragmented, and that is why we are constantly in fear, constantly at war with each other. And so I am deeply passionate about the second paradigm becoming the norm, becoming the way that one seeks health when well-being advice, health and well-being support. And so that starts to empower entire societies and communities. In my own personal circles, in my